somewhere beneath the Arctic ice, in water just above freezing, an animal is swimming that was already old when your country was born. It is not fast. It is not beautiful. It is nearly blind. And it may be the longest living vertebrate that has ever existed on Earth. This is the Greenland shark. And the more closely scientists look at it, the more it refuses to make sense. In 2016, a team of marine biologists published a finding that stopped the field cold. They had been studying Greenland sharks pulled accidentally from deep water, and they wanted to answer a simple question. How old do these animals get? With most fish, you can count growth rings, like the rings of a tree. But the Greenland shark has no hard structures that record its age, no otoliths that work, no bones that band. So the researchers turned to the one part of the body that never stops keeping time: the eye. At the center of the shark's eye lens is a core of protein that forms before the animal is even born and never changes again for the rest of its life. Lock that core in a lab, read the carbon inside it, and you can read the year the shark was born. What they found did not seem possible. The largest shark they tested was estimated to be around 400 years old. 2016, 1900, 1800, 1700, 16, 20. Sit with that number for a moment. When that shark was born, Galileo was still alive and still looking through a telescope. The city we now call New York was a Dutch trading post called New Amsterdam. There was no United States, no steam engine. No photograph of any kind had ever been taken of anything. And through all of it, every war, every empire, every invention, this single animal was already swimming slowly through the cold dark of the North Atlantic. The estimate carried a margin. The shark was somewhere between 270 and 500 years old. But even the lowest figure made it the oldest vertebrate ever reliably measured. An animal you could meet today that remembers an ocean none of us will ever see. To live for centuries, you have to do almost everything slowly. The Greenland shark grows less than half an inch a year, less than the nail on your finger. And yet, the largest ever recorded reached over 20 feet and weighed more than a ton. Do the math on that, and a full-grown Greenland shark has been growing quietly for longer than most nations have existed. It moves through the water at less than 1 mile per hour. A slow human walk would leave it behind. Scientists call this group the sleeper sharks, and the name fits. In near-freezing water, everything in its body has slowed almost to stillness. Its heart, its growth, its aging itself. Cold, it turns out, is not the enemy of long life. For this animal, cold is the secret. But the strangest adaptation is in the flesh itself. To survive the pressure and cold of the deep, the Greenland shark floods its tissue with two compounds that act like a natural antifreeze. They keep the body stable in water that would slow other animals to death. But those same compounds make its flesh poisonous. Eaten fresh, Greenland shark meat can sicken or even disable a person. Its effect has been compared to a kind of severe intoxication. And yet, for centuries, people in the far north refused to waste it. In Iceland, the meat is buried and fermented for months until the toxins break down, then hung to dry. The result is a dish called hakal, one of the most notorious foods on earth. Even those who grew up with it often eat it holding their breath. An animal so built for survival that staying alive made it dangerous to touch. Here is where the Greenland shark stops being merely strange and becomes almost impossible. Most Greenland sharks are blind. Not from age, not from injury, from a passenger. Almost from birth, a small parasite attaches to the surface of the shark's eye and begins to feed on the tissue there. Over years, it scars the cornea until the shark can perceive little more than light and shadow, if that. And the shark does not appear to care. Because down here, in water where almost no light reaches, eyes were never going to be the tool that mattered. So how does a blind, slow shark catch anything at all? Partly, it doesn't need to. The Greenland shark is a patient scavenger. It follows scent across miles of black water, drawn to anything that has died and begun to drift toward the bottom. But scavenging is not the whole story. And this is the part that researchers still argue about. When scientists have examined the stomachs of Greenland sharks, they have found seals. Fast, alert, powerful seals. They have found fish that should easily outswim a 1-mile-per-hour predator. In one case, they found the remains of a polar bear. In another, a whole reindeer. No one is certain how a slow, blind shark catches living prey that fast. The leading idea is that it ambushes them while they sleep, that it drifts up, silent and cold, toward seals resting in the water, and reaches them before they ever wake. A predator so quiet that its prey never learns it was hunted. For an animal this large, living this close to waters we fish every day, the Greenland shark may be the least understood big predator on the planet. We do not know exactly how long they live. We do not know how many there are. We do not even know with confidence how they reproduce. What we suspect is staggering. A Greenland shark may not become capable of having young until it is around 150 years old. 150 years just to reach adulthood. And its pregnancy, by some estimates, may last longer than a decade. Possibly one of the longest of any animal alive. Think about what that means. A young Greenland shark swimming today will not have its own first pups until long after everyone watching this video is gone. And then, in 2022, the animal broke its own rules again. A Greenland shark, a creature of freezing northern water, was identified far to the south in the warm Caribbean Sea near Belize. No one had expected it to be there at all. Every time scientists believe they have drawn the boundary of where this shark lives, how deep, how cold, how far, the animal quietly steps over the line and reminds us how little we actually know. We have mapped the surface of Mars more completely than we have understood this shark swimming beneath our own ships. There is a quiet danger hidden inside the Greenland shark's greatest gift. An animal that takes a century and a half to mature and breeds slowly after that cannot recover quickly from loss. Every Greenland shark caught by accident in deep water nets may be removing an animal older than the country whose boats caught it, and one that will take generations to replace. A species can survive almost anything, except dying faster than it is born. And yet, there is something hopeful here too, because every old Greenland shark alive right now is a living archive. Its body has recorded centuries of ocean chemistry, temperature, and change in a way no instrument we built ever could. To study one is to read a logbook of the sea, kept patiently for 400 years. We almost never think of sharks as gentle witnesses, but that may be the truest thing this one is. Not a monster, not a killer, a slow, blind, ancient survivor that has simply been here far longer than we have. The Greenland shark asks a question most of nature never does. Not how do you survive the cold, or the dark, or the pressure, but how do you survive time itself? It has been answering that question for 4 centuries, and it is not finished yet.